Hey there, ADB024 Aaron here. In the Pacific Northwest, the great Pacific Northwest, I want to talk a little bit about Thomas Jefferson's hedge. You know, Thomas Jefferson, great guy, third president, wrote the Declaration of Independence, had a lot to do with the Louisiana Purchase, set Lewis and Clark out here to the Pacific Northwest so that we could later settle this land and claim it. But something I want to talk about is his hedge of something he had in his estate there in Virginia, Monticello, which is somewhere where I definitely want to go someday. And he had a plant here called Scott Broom. It looks something like this. This is a small one. If you look here, it is all overgrown in here. And he had it as a hedge. He had originally had it as a hedge, and the settlers here in the Pacific Northwest brought it along with us and had it either with for a hedge, or we did make brooms out of it possibly. Yet now what it's done is taken over the Pacific Northwest here. It's invasive. It's very hard to get rid of. That's actually what I'm doing today. You can see this burn pile I got going here. That's all. That's about 8 feet tall of Scotch Broom brush. It's all in here. You can see it. I mean, it grows 10 feet tall. It's very invasive. Here's the seed pod. It looks like a little pea pod, and in a way it is. It's related to the pea family. And what happens is these pods at the end of summer, they dry out, and the seeds, then it will snap, and these seeds will go flying. I mean, 15 feet, and if it catches wind, who knows how far it could fly. So it's pretty bad. And as you can see, these here are cut stalks of it. Here's a cut stalk. You cut it, and yet it's still going to grow. So it's hard to get rid of this stuff, and it has to do with the way it the photosynthesis, any of the green outer layer of it, you know, can get the sunlight and get energy. So if you leave any of that, you're going to have troubles. So about the only way to kill it, I'm digging it up by the root. As you can see, all back in here, been tearing it up all back in here. And this was never planted. It could be spread by birds. This field 25 years ago was all grass. It was a little farm field. And you can see all these trees now. I can remember when I was a kid, I used to come over here, and these were Christmas trees, little tiny Christmas trees that size. And now Scotch Broom has taken over all the spots where sunlight is able to get to it. And I imagine it could take over a 5-acre field in 5 years, the way it spreads. Timber industry says it loses 45 some million a year because of this Scotch Broom. That way the little tiny trees that are planted get blocked sunlight, so they can't grow because of this. So all of this area here was all Scotch Broom. There's the pile. It's a big one.